super glad to talk about the Kickstart process today. I know it's going to be spontaneous, but I figured that the best way is just to start and just to talk, and then we'll figure out the way. But before I'll jump into the Kickstart and how it happened and what's the story, I quickly want to introduce you. And I know that the best way to introduce you is just to let you speak and let you talk about what you're doing and how did you come up with the Kickstart? When did it happen? But first of all, what you're doing in this online space and how it became that we met each other in this Kickstart process, Ola.
Okay, so I'm a crisis coach, I'm a trainer, and I mostly work with parents, especially young moms that suffer from maternal burnout, from excessive stress, from I don't know, all kind of family and relation related bad emotions, hard feelings, and a crisis in general. And I am doing that for like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years already. But beginning, I was working only offline with my clients. And when the pandemic came, I was like forced to move my business to online, and I was trying to do it, and I had some ups and downs, but I was really tired of not knowing what I should do. And yeah, then I started to look for some solutions for someone who did what I wanted to do, because I knew that I can really give a amazing value to my clients. And I was working with people one-to-one and on group sessions offline and on some workshops. And I know from them that it was a life-changing experience for them, that mothers that work with me, they told me repeatedly that it changed their life, that meeting with me and working with me bring them back joy of motherhood and relationships with their kids, with their partners, sometimes even with themselves, were like, oh my God, how is it possible? No one taught me that before. So I was absolutely sure that I can give to provide great value.
Oh shit, Ola, I'm losing you. Something's with the sound again. Wait a sec. No. Once again. Better. Now better.
Okay.
Zoom is tricks. Like when you're going to the serious talk, then Zoom cuts us out. Like, what the hell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've touched this important point that you've been doing that for a long time offline, and then there was this point where pandemic came and we all basically moved to online. And I remember that for me also, Kickstart was this method of like, how can I serve more people at the same time? Like I'm working one-on-one, but my time is limited. And then how can I take it to like, broader scale? I know what I do works, but then how can I, scale it up to help more people? Was it
exactly.
the same for you? Like that was the reason why you've been looking for like program that could show you the way?
One of them, because what you just told was one big reason to look for help, but another one that was that I had my fourth child, and so my time was very, very limited, and I didn't want to stop my business. I wanted to continue not only struggling to cover for costs in my company, but I wanted to grow, and I didn't know how to do it properly online. And actually, I realize now that my biggest challenge was not how to do my work online, but rather how to promote it, how to sell it without being constantly present in social media, how to actually find those people that I could help later on, because when they were in touch with me once, and they had the chance to try what I can give them, it was the easy part. But I didn't know what to do actually to, like I said, not publish lots and lots of free content, but reach people that are interested in my work, that need my help. So, and also I was actually it was 2 years when I wanted to do it, when I was trying to find my way, find my solution, and I was watching a lot of free stuff. I bought some other courses from other Polish and foreign trainers, and actually I felt like I kind of knew, I had all the knowledge, but I struggled to just go out there and do it. And it was like, I was full of ideas, full of how-tos, and actually I think that what was blocking me was too much knowledge, too much possible strategies, and I never really did it from the first step to the last. I was just trying to do this and then this, and maybe this is not my direction, so I will try different approach, and now another one, etc. etc. So I was like stuck in one place, because I was trying to move to too many different directions, and I couldn't just go on and finish it by my own.
Nail on the head. Like it's this course of knowledge. Like we know so much that it blocks us actually.
Agnieszka, I lost you.
Oh shit! And then we got the problem.
Oh my God!
Sorry. Like I don't know.
You freezed for a moment.
I just said that you hit the nail on the head, because we often have this problem that we have too much knowledge, and it actually blocks us in order to start. We sometimes just need to kick in a butt, and that's why I love Kickstart so much, and I'm so dedicated to supporting SIGRUN as my mentor in this process, because to me it's like we're smart guys, like we're smart ladies. We're doing those podcasts, and there's everything we need to know online, but then there's this other point, we just need to do it, actually go through that. And those are the moments when it gets difficult, when we have questions and there's nobody there to answer them. When it comes to this free stuff online, like then we need this support. And how was it in your case? Like, how did you come up to Kickstart? Like, how did you find Kickstart? Or did you find it through me, or did you know about SIGRUN like before you joined Kickstart?
Actually, I heard about SIGRUN from you the first time, but it was like, I don't know, 2 years ago. You were, I think, promoting, I don't know, maybe it was another round of Kickstart, the previous one of previous ones. But then I was like, okay, interesting. Okay, but maybe it's not for me. Maybe it's, I think I just wasn't ready. And on the other hand, I wasn't desperate enough, because Kickstart was a huge investment for me, both in money and in time. Especially, like I told, I have 4 little kids, and my youngest one just turned 1. So when I was starting in Kickstart, she was 9 months old. So it was really a challenge. But I was so tired of trying and struggling and giving so much and giving so little back, that I was on that point that I decided it's either success with Kickstart, or I will close it and don't try anymore.
That's such a huge game changer, because you had all the excuses in the world, like, lack of time, little kid, like I'm tired, and but you turned them into motivation. That's like a beautiful story. And I totally get you with the little kids, like running around, and we're doing this online business thing. Like, that's why I have those questions, because you obviously had your reasons not to go to Kickstart, but there was this thing that kept you motivated. Was that like an extra incentive, or was it something that you reckoned not really really necessary when you got to know that I could give you like some extra support? Like, how did you look at it at the beginning? And it's totally okay to be honest, like, what does she want from you? What is this all about? Like, I'm really curious, like, how did you look at this, some extra thing that I added on top of it as, you know, as a partner? Oh, I can't hear you, sorry. See, we've got all the problems in the world today, right?
Okay.
That's good.
Do you hear me now? Okay, great. I don't know. My Zoom is like switching me on and off my mic, so I don't know. Yeah, actually, your support and your story specifically was the one last thing that I needed at this point. I was like walking around with this feeling that Kickstart would do the work for me, that I need just what Sigrun says it is in this process. But I was like, I don't know, maybe the Polish web is different than the international one. We've got different prices. Our clients are different than in the other countries, and especially the thing that you did it with 3 small kids, and the story that you told. I don't know, was it like we talked about in emails, or I just saw one of your videos or something, that you are actually pregnant with your one of your kids during one of your Kickstart runs. Yeah, it gave me feeling that, okay, she did it, it is possible, and she will know my challenges. It won't be like I have kids, I have all my Polish world mindset problem. My clients are different than international, and I will have to talk about it with someone who will not fully understand it. I knew that with you, you experienced it. You went through it, through very similar situation, and it was like, okay. So if it was possible for her, and she will now help me with these struggles that she experienced before. Yeah, so
oh my
now
God,
I'm
it's
sure
like music to my ear, because that was the exact intention of this, you know, extra group, like that we have this Polish thing. Our market is not as, you know, mature as international market. And it is true that we have some, you know, extra struggles, like extra raised bar that we need to hoop on, but it's still possible to do. And yeah, you proved beautifully how it can be done, like, you know, with 4 kids. So you're not like a new role model. See, like, to me, that's even like, you know, raising this bar even higher for new ladies to join. Like, that there are no excuses. If you're committed to that result, you'll get it. Like, you'll find a way to get it. Like, oh my gosh, thank you for those kind words. Like, I really love it. Like, but you know, I also have this question about the Kickstart itself, because there was this Kickstart process, and then we had this extra group that I added on top as a bonus, like for people who came through me. Like, so that was like this extra Polish thing that we had, obviously international, because we had not only Polish ladies there, but still that was a lot of this Polish touch in it, like Polish struggles, difficulties. But where you talk about the Kickstart itself, like, do you think there is something that could have been done better, you know, now from the perspective after, you know, all that tiredness and all that crazy pace of the program? When you look at it from the perspective, is there something that you would like do differently, or would make this process even better?
I think that the process was great. It was the best part. Actually, it is the part that I love and I hate the most at the same time, because the trust the process part, it was crucial to succeed on one hand, but on the other hand, I was sometimes struggling a bit, because I didn't know what will come next week or next week, and I don't. I don't mean that I should know, or I want to know specifically what the task will be, but some info about how much time should I like prepare, for how big effort I should prepare myself during the 10-week process would be really, really helpful, because yeah, Sigrun, I guess she said at some point that to do the Kickstart process, you need just some time to watch the materials and for the coaching calls, of course, but to do the work, it will be enough to commit an hour a day, and I committed much more.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I lost you again. Like, it was so perfect, like a minute ago.
Better?
Better, way better.
Okay, so there were some weeks that yeah, it was enough. Sometimes it was even less than hour a day to commit to the process to succeed, but there also were weeks that I was like working like crazy, and my kids were going to sleep. I was sitting in front of my computer, and suddenly I realized, oh, it's already morning. Yeah. And it was hard. And I guess if I knew a little earlier, for example, that, I don't know, weeks 3 to 5, and then, I don't know, 9 and 10 will be extremely intensive, and the time effort should be much bigger, I would prepare myself better. I would, I don't know, organize some extra help within the kids, or with some, I don't know, pre-prepared dinners or anything. And yeah, and another thing that I would really love is more guidance at the end, because I felt like when we finished the process, we've got our Kickstart courses ready, and it was really great. I had amazing interviews. I was like, oh my God, I was crying and laughing, and it was really great. But then I felt kind of lost. What should I do with it? Because I had my upsell, and it was also a big success for me. I have now 30 women in the next stage with me, and the upsell was really great, because I sell the courses for almost 300 zlotys. So it was huge for me, because
double on the investment, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it was like it was my first 5-figure, of course, in Polish zloty, but it was something big for me, because
like mindset wise, I totally
yeah. So it was great, but I didn't know, and only now I'm figuring out what to do next, because yeah, I had my Kickstart course ready, but what to do with it? When? How fast? What should contain the next stage of process? Yeah, now I feel like after this amazing energy of Kickstart and this step-by-step process, with this trust the process, I at the very end of it, I felt somehow lost and little, I don't know. So it was like walking hand by hand with Sigrun and with all the support from the group, and now I feel like okay, I have absolutely no idea where to start next. And I know, of course, that there is another program that Sigrun sold, but I wasn't like mentally ready to go for another investment. And I think just, I don't know, one extra webinar or something that could give just a few hints what to do next with this Kickstart course, and where to start, and not only like, okay, go to the next program, would be really great.
Yeah, that's a great point. Like a closure of the whole process. Like what?
Yeah, exactly. Like, because I felt like, okay, there was a process, and suddenly it's over. I finished my upsell, and I don't know what to do next. Of course, I have to run my upsell course, and I am doing it. But yeah, some kind of closure, and just a few hints how to start if you don't choose to go to the next program, how to use your Kickstart course again, just a little bit. I think it's not very much that it's needed, but something to
Yeah,
start
that's
with.
a great point, because that gives you also this idea that it's not this course laying around there and you've got this guilty feeling that you're not properly using this asset that you have in your business, but then you can like make it work for you in order to prepare for like next level program and then like yeah, I totally get you. Like this Kickstart process is very like energy consuming, even like time wise. Obviously that's an investment like money wise, but also there's a lot of this mental energy, because there's step by step like pushing you forward to do some things that you haven't done or like haven't tried. And I was so, you know, glad to witness this process. Like I've been learning so much as a person facilitating the group. And even though this round I haven't done my very own Kickstart, I decided to focus on the group because it was like record big group. So I said, okay, I need even more time for that to be a great, you know, facilitator. But, you know, witnessing what you've done, that was a huge learning for me. So yeah, really grateful for you to share that. Like, and I won't keep you long. I just have like really like a short little one, because you know there was the Kickstart, and I'm so glad that you also shared the tips how we can even improve the Kickstart itself. But there was also this part that was added, like you know, from me as a person that like recommended the program, in a way felt maybe responsible. That's too big of a word, but maybe like a person that if I recommended that thing, I really want to hold you by the hand and like be with you through that process. And that was this bonus that I added. That was like extra mastermind in which we could like share our struggles, discuss maybe various approaches to how to handle a task of a given week. Like if you were to talk about this part, like what was the thing that you liked about it? Maybe there's also something that could be improved. That's obviously for me for next round, because I'm obviously going to be recommending Kickstart, but also going to be adding up my bonus as, you know, affiliate partner to Kickstart process. So maybe if you have some, you know, feedback for that, I will be really grateful for this one.
Actually, that part was really, really great, and it was like a game changer for me. The best was the group was relatively small compared to the main Kickstart group, and actually, I am not so much like a social media person. So in the main group, there was more than 300 people, if I remember it correctly. And it was like, for me, it was too much. Of course, I sometimes commented on other posts. I asked few times about something that I wanted, but I didn't have this feeling that I really know this community. And in our small group, I knew each one of women that met there, and also possibility to talk with them like personally, to relate to their stories personally, more privately, more intimately, was really great for me. And also the language barrier thing, as you can hear, my English is far from perfect. Yeah, I used to even study linguistics some time ago, but now it's like I'm not using it so much, so it's a little rusted, and I understand almost everything, but when I have to talk and like to think in English, it was also kind of challenging. And when I was able to just talk with Polish girls in Polish, it was much easier. And so it was easier to share, to talk about small details. And what I also really loved was that opportunity to share in between meetings, to be in touch in the group, and not only by asking specific questions, what to do with something, or do you have some idea, do you have some feedback, but sometimes the opportunity to just, I don't know, share that I am so tired, I am not sleeping again, etc. It was really great to connect with other girls, but knowing each other really well, because the group was smaller. That was absolutely great. And also it was like
you did it before. You knew that we are struggling. Sometimes you told us that, okay, this next week will be really intense.
Yeah.
So if you can get some relax, prepare yourself, and it was also really, really helpful.
Oh, thank you for that. And I just caught this one thought about the language, because it's oftentimes such a barrier, and we're not investing in ourselves because we're like, okay, I'm gonna have to be asking questions in English. Oh, that's so scary. And I remember myself, I also studied linguistics, but paradoxically that didn't help me with speaking. I was always obsessed whether the accent is right. Like, you'll never get enough, like perfect enough in a language. You'll always feel that it's not your native language, so you did something wrong when speaking. And it's such a great point that you touched upon, like that we had this possibility to talk in Polish, in maybe sometimes formulate the thought, and then it was easier to translate it and then ask the question in the main group, because you already went through it, and then you could kind of ask that in English in a Polish group. So if they understood, others will understand as well. But if they
and also sometimes, for example, at the beginning, when we have to think about our marketing sentences, defining our ideal clients, etc., it was like, it's different in English than in Polish. It's sometimes it's not just a good or bad translation. It's like the language is different, and what for example, I write something in English, and I think I feel that it touches the point. It is what I meant, but then it's not enough to just translate it back to Polish. And the possibility to discuss about this, our Polish versions, because we are most of the Polish girls were working with Polish speaking clients. It was really, really great.
Yeah, that's a huge point. I also made use of that. Like, how do you translate celebration party, like in Polish? Like, I should try to name it. Like, and I remember those brainstorms. That was really like a cool.
Oh my God, I lost you again, Agnieszka.
Shit, I'm losing you again. Yeah, I just mentioned that about this.
Okay, I've got
creative, like discussion, that sometimes it also sparked this thought that it doesn't have to be so well done. Like, we can play with it, with the words, with the phrases, with the communication. And that's what you said. Like, it's so cool to have Polish ladies that operate on the same market and kind of know what's happening, to help you to stand out, to be unique, to have this one word that catches the attention, like when you scroll the feed. Like, I didn't think of that. Thank you for this one. Like, that's a really like a pro. I don't want to keep you too long, Ola, but I just want to one last. I promise that's the last one. Like, because I know that we're recording that like with this thought that when the Kickstart is going to be launched again, I obviously want to share that video or provide that video for a person that was like in your shoes, like was thinking whether that's for me. That's a huge investment. Should I do it? Should I not? Like, is that for me at that point? What would be like, I don't know, one liner that you would like recommend or not recommend? Who is that Kickstart actually for? And if you were to not recommend it, would not be a good situation? Like, would be the good moment to invest in Kickstart, or maybe, not a good moment to invest in Kickstart, right?
I think it's easier for me to say when it's not good. In my opinion. And I think if you just want to, I don't know, try, is it online business is for you or not? You just want to feel inspired. You want to just kind of, I don't know, experiment. Then it's not. It's not only about the money, not only about the time that you have to dedicate to it, but it's like you have to be determined to succeed. But if you are determined and you really feel ready, not only for hard work, but the tricky part is that you have to feel ready for success. You have to reach that point that your work, or you truly believe that your work can change people's lives. And if you are ready for this, and you just need, I don't know, little how-tos or some hints, and especially these lovely kicks for the butt, like, yeah, going together through this process. You have to be ready for it. You have to be determined, but then if you are at this point, I think that Kickstart is absolutely the best way, especially with this Polish group with Agnieszka's support. It's the best way to make sure you will finally do this, not only try, not only think about it, plan, like stop on the strategy, etc. And yeah, the Kickstart team and Agnieszka will make sure that you will go through this process every step on the way. You have support, you have possibility to talk about your struggles, to ask your questions, etc. And actually, if you are ready, there is no way you won't succeed.
Yeah.
And it's not only about the money, or I don't know how many people will sign up for your course, but this the greatest success that was in Kickstart for me, it was I don't know, like experiencing that I am able, despite all my struggles, all my obstacles, my kids, etc., and actually all the 10 weeks my kids were sick. All the Kickstart process, there was not 1 week that some of them won't be like with fever or with cough or something like that. And it gave me amazing power to know that I did it anyway. With this support, I had my course, I had amazing reviews, I had my upsell, and now I know it's like you just have to know how to do it, and you have to find yourself support, and Kickstart is the best way, in my opinion, especially, yeah, like I said, with this Polish mastermind run by Agnieszka, to make sure that you will be, yeah, your back will be held every step of the way.
Oh wow, Ola, thank you so much. Like I'm so glad that we went through this conversation, and I believe it's gonna help some ladies out there that believe like what they're doing changes people's life, like it adds value to people's life, to take that step, to decide when you feel that you're ready, just like Ola said, there's no like obstacle that can hold you back, and Kickstart is a perfect tool to kick you in the back, like lovingly, and trust the process that you're gonna get there and wake up on the other side with the course ready, and like people buying your stuff online and you helping them to achieve their success. Ola, thank you so much. I don't want to keep you longer. Like I promised it's gonna be short, but obviously it wasn't. So thank you so much. And I hope that I can like link up to your web pages so people can find you online in case they wanted to ask you something or check what you're doing, because obviously you're doing such a great work. I hope it's going to be okay to send them over to you.
Of course, I will be really, really grateful. And yeah, if you are moms struggling with stress, with I don't know, anxiety, with kids don't listen to you, or there are moments that you just, I don't know, dream about throwing them out of window, but of course you love them and you want to be the best mom you can be, I just yeah, come to me. I will help. My Facebook and Instagram profile, it's @streserka, and you can find me there.
Thank you, Ola.